What's good, Aries? I am here to be your very first monthly, and I am so excited, especially to be doing this during your season, Astrological New Year. It is lit. I've already pulled cards for us. We did a 5 card elemental spread. You've got a card for your spirit message, and then a card for every element. We're going to go ahead and hop right on into it. I love your spread. So you've got love as your spirit message. I like this a lot because this is basically saying that you've either come into a situation with a person or a partnership that has really allowed you to bond. It's really allowed you to really cement the foundations of your relationship, or you've come into union with someone that could really be a long-term partner. If you have a long-term partner, again, this is, indicative of you guys being in a very solid lovership. So congratulations. This is also saying, maybe it's time for you to come into union also with yourself. Allowing the divine feminine, divine masculine that live inside you to kind of mate and meet one another. So that's dope. All good things, really, in this spread. I love it. The card below the earth element, you've got 5 of earth, which is torment. This is speaking to in the physical losing money. A lot of Aries might be in, especially with the time that we're in right now, all of this uncertainty in the world, a lot of Aries might be losing the coin. A lot of Aries might be in financial hardship. A lot of Aries might be experiencing financial loss that they've never really had to deal with before, bankruptcy, things like that. This is basically just saying ride the wave. You don't really have a choice right now as to what that looks like. You see this monkey is all tied up, trapped up. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. It's unfortunate and it sucks to feel this way. It is tormenting to not know where your financial stability is going to come from. It's also important for you to acknowledge and to understand that money comes and goes. It's a frequency. It is not guaranteed, but once you can tap into the frequency, you will always find a way to come up. You will always find a way to be financially secure. Even in this moment, allow Creator to prove that to you. In the element of water, we have 4 of earth, which is stability. I like this card because it directly almost counteracts what you have going on in the physical. What your emotional body is telling you is to remain stable, is to understand that you are well rooted no matter what may happen. So, this card talks about even though the branches may fall, the leaves may fall, the roots are not moving. So don't be so shook by what's going on in the physical, and understand that you're not alone in what's going on in the physical, but not everybody that is dealing with financial loss is as stable emotionally as you are right now. So with that said, understand you kind of have a privilege. You have an edge over everyone else. You feel confident regardless of what's going on. This card is also the sun in Capricorn, which means you have also created a foundation that's probably pretty solid. You might be losing money right now, but your entire root system, your financial foundation, your family foundation is all solid. So if you ever needed to turn, to a family member, or, if you've created a space like a job or something like that, know that you have already done the work. If that makes sense, you've already created something solid that will help you to bounce back from this, regardless of, if you can see that now or not. You have a strong system supporting you, even if financially it doesn't feel that way right now. Also, I told Gemini too, my hands are super ashy. I've been washing them like 100 times a day. It's not enough lotion in all of the world. Bear with me. In the place of air, you have got 4 of water, which is comfort. It's funny because, like I said, it's almost like you have an edge over everyone else. I think this card is speaking not only to the fact that you want to be comfortable and that is hard for you to do with this financial torment, but it's also reminding you of the ways that you are living in comfort, even though things around you might be financially falling apart. If you still have a home, if you still have, some sort of a job, if you still have, all of our creature comforts that a lot of people don't have, understand again that you are coming from a place of privilege, and also understand being comfortable isn't permanent. You're going to have to shift and move and be adaptable. So you see these guys, I believe these are otters. And otters are really dope because they, as you can see, they can operate on land, they can operate in the water. You just have to be versatile. You just have to give yourself freedom of, the freedom of thought to move around, to be, able to pick up on earth and in water, bring those two things together, stability and torment, right? Bring those two things together in order to keep creating that comfort. These little fellas are also really known for friendship. So if you have a business partner, a friend, even a lover who you can call on to kind of help guide you through these financial times, or to kind of help, stabilize you a little bit more in these financial times, don't be afraid to call on them. Don't be afraid to reach out to people in your support system for that help, for that support. You have it, tap into it. In the position of fire, you've got the Death card. This is saying it's time for either a passion project or a creative endeavor you've been on, not only to come to an end, but to come to a graceful end, because something new is going to happen. Something you've been doing is over, but something new is coming in. There is a message here that is basically saying, excuse me, pardon me. There's a message here that's basically saying, with this torment, a lot of things are ending, a lot of things are changing. It could possibly, again, be your job. It could be, again, a bankruptcy or something to do with your prosperity, your abundance. But it's divinely timed for that thing to end. It is divinely timed for you to let go of something so that new things can be afforded to you, can be offered to you. You have to set something down so that you can put your hands out to receive more. So the longer you take to free yourself of things, again, jobs, relationships, people that are not actively serving you anymore, again, those leaves, those things, those people, they're going to fall off, they're going to die. Things are going to change. But in order for new things to grow, you have to let that tree exist in its natural state. You have to let it go through its, its process the way that it would in nature. You have to let things die naturally. That is a part of life. And understand that on the opposite side of that death, there is a whole bunch of rebirth. So in order for you to be able to accept, to receive that abundance, you are going to have to deal with some sort of financial loss, some sort of physical shift that is going to make you fearful. That's going to probably keep you up at night. That's going to probably, make you question your comforts. You're meant to at this time. You're not the only one. A lot of people are really struggling with, how am I going to pay my rent? Where am I going to go? What's going to happen with my kids? What is going to happen just in my life? Again, the beautiful part about all of this is it's freeing a lot of hands. It's freeing up a lot of time, freeing up a lot of people to do things that they were called to do things that they wouldn't have done. They wouldn't have moved or shifted in these ways because of that financial stability. They would not have called on certain friends or that lover to come in and help them because they would never have had a reason to before. And it's interesting how the divine has really come in to basically say, it's time for you, Aries. Pardon me. It's time for you, Aries, to really get in tune with everything and everyone around you with love. if you look on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Magician, but you can see all of the different things, right, that are there. You've got social media, you've got the news. Damn, that's crazy. Would you look here? A property for sale. You might be really going through the most. You see, again, the news is constantly filling our heads with all of this traumatic shit that's going on in the world. Social media is not fucking helping. Everyone is talking about this coronavirus and what have you. And again, but it is causing a lot of people to go through hardships. It's causing a lot of people to really question, what is going to happen to them, their livelihood. But if you look up above his head, you see the infinity symbol. That's so funny to look at the stock market behind him. People are going to lose a lot of money. People are going to be put out. People are going to really struggle financially. Aries, it looks like especially you. Especially because this season right now, we're in Aries. So that's, again, I feel like that's a collective energy, just not energy specific to you. But with that said, you have to also, again, understand we're clearing and moving a lot of dead weight. We're clearing and moving a lot of things that no longer fit the vision, that no longer fit your alignment. So understand that this Magician has come in and really rearranged a lot of shit for a lot of people with the intent and the purpose to show people, hey, listen, you're up right now, you're down right now, you're up right now, you're down right now. Those who are able to adapt to either or will be the ones who survive. Those who are able to, go through hardship and also understand what to do with wealth and abundance, those people will be the people who prosper in the end. So Aries, as the teacher of the zodiac, as the first ones out, as the front line, it is going to be up to y'all to teach the rest of us how to get through this, because we're dying inside. Okay, we're scared. So if you can do it, you can teach the rest of us how to get through this. It's not going to be easy for you. It's not going to be easy for anyone in this season. A lot of people have had their financial worlds rocked, especially over toilet paper. I don't understand it, but whatever. Not everybody, like I said, though, not everyone has this base. Not everyone has this strong ass support system. Some of us are just a whole ass bush. We don't have deep roots. We just, we hope for the best. Some of us really, have these thick, dense, again, rooted relationships that will really sustain throughout whatever kind of hardships you go through. So Aries, please do us a favor and teach us the way. Please don't be afraid. Please let things die that need to die. Please don't hold on to these things out of fear. Don't hold on to anything, and don't create anything or manifest anything from a place of fearfulness or from a place, of a tormented mind. We really need you to come through with this spirit of love and show us how to remain in that vibration, even though shit is crazy. You've got 2 4s on the board. You've got the 4 of earth and the 4 of water, which, what I told you earlier, you're going to have to be adaptable. You're going to have to learn to operate in both. So with that said, 4 is the number of stability. 4 is the number, you need 4 legs to hold up the table, right? You need 4, there are 4 pillars, that create happiness, right? Your family, your finances, your spiritual guidance, and, your emotional base. Those are the things that we need in order to sustain. So with all of that said, these 4s on the board let me know you guys, again, no matter what it seems like, I feel like because you guys are used to such fiery, chaotic ass energy, you guys are at an advantage in comparison to everyone else. So don't be too rocked by everything that's going on. This Magician card on the bottom of the deck, like literally everything is happening. The stock market, the news. If you look down below at the water bottles, people are hoarding that shit. Properties for sale. It's wild out here. But the magician is good at creating illusions. The turmoil that the world seems to be in right now, not to say it's an illusion, but I think it's going to really bring people to the understanding that a lot of our wealth and a lot of our abundance is a fucking illusion. It's not in money that, you know, it's funny because on the dollar bill it says, "In God we trust." It's not the other way around. In money we trust. We've already seen what happened during the Great Depression, during the 2008 recession. Money is not going to save us. It's going to be people who vibrate with love. It's going to be, you know, people who have a very high frequency that are going to guide and light the way so that we can all trust in God to get us out of this shit. Aries, you have only one heavy energy on the board, and that is letting go. That is saying, you know, again, let things die so new things can begin, especially during this season. Stop holding on to last year's harvest. Stop trying to hold on to abundance that has already come and gone. It's time to create new ways. It's time to prepare for the new that is coming in, because it is coming in. This infinity symbol, it's letting me know that no matter what happens, no matter how bad you're down, you are going to come back up. So you need to be plotting and planning for that come up. You need to be ready to go when and if, you know, your abundance is handed back to you. How will you differently move with your money? How will you, you know, are you going to invest again? Are you going to continue to put your money where you were putting it before? You need to consider these things and think about those things, because that's what is being asked of you right now. As far as love and comfort and stability, really, it's a beautiful spread. You know what I mean? To have those cards in such solid places. Just rely on the love of those around you and the love of yourself. Give it to other people. They need it during this time. People are paranoid. People are panicked. Love is going to be what gets us through all of this. It's going to be what gets you through this. Remain versatile. Keep yourself in a headspace of, you know, it's survival of the fittest at this point, and not in a sense of like, you know, the Hunger Games, but, you know, it definitely is. Those who are solid mentally, those who are stable emotionally, are going to be the ones who get through this the best. So, again, keep us in check, Aries. We need you. We're crying. Again, you have a very beautiful spread. If you want me to go deeper, if you want a longer spread or a longer message, if you want me to go more in depth, if you want a different spread, if you don't like the deck, whatever, feel free to leave a comment below. I do ask that you keep it respectful, because I myself have a Mercury in Aries. So I know how to use that mouth. Yeah. Anyway, leave a comment below, like, share, subscribe. I'm so happy to have done this for you. Happy astrological new year, even though everything is crazy and wild. You know, I'm super excited again to be in alignment with Mother Nature and everything that is new, everything that is beginning after all of this death and chaos energy. So, thank you, Aries, for a beautiful season. And for all of you that did not get birthdays, so sorry. So sorry, little Aries. Maybe next year.